Yes.
Welcome my dear students. Today we are going to learn the experiment sonometer 1. With this experiment we will verify the law of length. The mathematical form of the law of length is the n is inversely proportional to the length of the vibrating string. That is ml is equal to constant. Product of the frequency and the length of this vibrating string is equal to constant. See, all of you know that this is the formula for the frequency of the vibrating string. N is equal to 1 upon twice L square root of T upon N. Here N is the frequency of vibrating wire. This small L is the vibrating length of the wire. Then the T is the tension applied to the wire and the M is the linear density of the wire. So here by keeping the tension and the linear density constant, we have to show that N is inversely proportional to L. So to verify this law, we have to consider this sonometer box. It is also known as a sound box. So this is a hollow wooden box. You can see there is a uniform wire which is passed over these two knife edges, and it is passed over the pulley, and the one end of this string is fixed to the sonometer, while at the other end of the string you can see there are the weights slotted. These are the slotted weights. Each is the 500 gram. In this way the hanger itself is having the mass 500 and we had added the more 3, so it is the 2 kilogram. Now since this mass is hanging, it becomes a tension. So tension applied here is the 2 kilogram, and that we have to keep constant throughout the experiment. And with these knife edges we can select the length of the vibrating string. Now here we are going to use the tuning force. Initially you have to arrange the tuning force in the decreasing order. That means this tuning fork is of the highest frequency, maximum frequency. For example, this is the 512, the next one is the 480, then after that the 384, then 256, and this is the tuning fork whose frequency we have to determine. So with this experiment we can verify the law of the length also, and we can find the frequency, unknown frequency of the tuning fork also. Okay, this is the rubber pad. With this, by striking this tuning fork with the rubber pad, we can set this tuning fork into the vibrations. See, whenever you strike that rubber pad, you should strike it very gently. If you are striking it gently, even it is set up into the vibrations. Okay. Now see actually what we have to verify. See, we had arranged the tuning forks in the decreasing order. That means the frequency is going on decreasing. According to the law, the N is inversely proportional to L. So here, as the frequency is decreasing, obviously the length is going on increasing. Okay, the frequency is decreasing, vibrating length will increase. So for this, we have to make one trick. See, suppose this is the one knife edge which is towards the fixed end. So that keep at the 50 centimeter. You can refer. There are the two scales on this sonometer box. You can refer this scale. Okay, so by referring this scale at the 50 centimeter, you keep the first knife edge. So this position of the knife edge is fixed throughout the experiment. Now suppose for this tuning fork we are finding the vibrating length. For this, select the particular length. For example, start with the minimum length, for example 8 centimeter. Okay, so this length we can measure with the scale. See, at the knife edges, from the knife edges you have to measure this length. Suppose this is a 10 centimeter length, and suppose at this length, suppose this paper rider will falling down, then that will be the 10 centimeter is the vibrating length for the string. Suppose you get that as a 10 centimeter. After that you are finding the vibrating length for the next tuning fork whose frequency is the 480. So according to the law, obviously the length for this tuning fork will be obviously greater than the previous one, because it is the 512, it is the 480. So whatever the length we are getting now, that will be greater. So only you have to shift this knife edge with the 0.1 centimeter and you can find that length. So for each tuning fork, only you have to shift this tuning fork towards the pulley. So in this way we can verify the law that as the frequency goes on decreasing, the length will goes on increasing. So one hint you have to remember that knife edge you have to keep at the 50 centimeter, that is constant throughout. The position of this knife edge is constant throughout the experiment. Only you have to shift this one to this side. So length will goes on increasing. Okay. Now what we have to do? Just strike this rubber pad. See how to strike. These are the prongs, two prongs. Only one prong and the edge of the prong you have to strike. See, like this you have to strike. Not like this. Not like this. Only edge of the one prong you have to gently strike it. Keep the stem of this tuning fork on the sonometer box. So what will happen, student? These vibrations will transfer to the air inside the sonometer box. That will start to vibrate. These vibrations will be transferred to the string. This string will start to vibrate and that will produce the sound. Okay. So what will happen? Whatever this length we have selected, they will form the stationary loop. Okay, so at the center there will be maximum displacement. So because of that maximum displacement of the string, the paper rider will fall down. So it is the example of the forced vibration. So in this case, how to find that? Just strike it, keep the rubber, keep the stem here. You can see it is vibrating. But what we want to obtain, what we want to see, we have to see that the paper rider should fall down. For that, suppose once you had done it is not falling, then only shift this with the 0.1 centimeter and keep this at the center. Okay, then just strike it again, keep it. You can see it is vibrating but not falling down. Okay, so in this way, just strike it and find out that. Find that length of the vibrating string by shifting this knife edge towards the pulley with the 0.1 centimeter, not the 1 centimeter. Suppose it is at the 60, then next time whenever you are keeping that, it should be at the 60.1 centimeter. So by shifting this knife edge through the 0.1 centimeter, find out the vibrating length. So I am going to show this how the paper rider will fall down. Let's see how the paper rider is falling down. You have to just change the position of that paper rider. It should be exactly at the center. Okay. As you can see, the paper rider is fall off. So it is the vibrating length. This one is the vibrating length of the string. So we can measure that length with the scale. It is the 10 centimeter. So here we had written for the 512, the 10 is the vibrating length. The same you have to repeat for the second reading. You can repeat the procedure. Keep the paper rider at the center. Again strike the tuning fork with the rubber pad. Keep the stem on the tuning fork. Okay. Again find out. Sometimes what happen, at the same length you will not get that the paper rider is falling down. So what you have to do, for the same tuning fork, you have to shift this knife edge to the small length, that is a 0.1 centimeter, and find out that vibrating length for which the paper rider is falling down. So in this way, at least 2 readings you have to take. Once you have done this, then take the next tuning fork having the frequency 480. For this we have to find the length of the vibrating string for which the paper rider is falling down. So keep the paper rider here. Again shift the knife edge. You know that this one you have to fix at the position of this knife edge is fixed. Only you have to shift towards the pulley. So you will get the increasing length since our frequency of the tuning forks are decreasing. Okay. So again same procedure you have to repeat to find the vibrating length for the this tuning fork having the frequency 480. In this way, by shifting this knife edge towards the pulley for every tuning fork, for example, tuning fork having the frequencies 384 and 256. Okay, in this way, for these 4 tuning forks, you have to find the vibrating lengths. I have written on the blackboards those lengths. Okay, now for the unknown frequency, what you have to do, students, take that tuning fork. Now you don't know what is the position, where the position of this 384 between the 512 and the 256. We don't know the position. So what to do? Suppose for the 256 you are getting that length as a 20.1. In this way you reach up to the length at 20.1. Now whenever you are taking this frequency, this tuning fork of the unknown frequency, again you have to start with the minimum length, that is the 10 cm. And same procedure you have to repeat. Strike it gently with the rubber pad, keep the stem on the tuning fork, and suppose for this you are not getting, the paper rider is falling down, shift this knife edge with the 0.1 cm. In this way you have to shift this knife edge with the 0.1 cm for the length for which the paper rider is falling down. Suppose that length you are getting the 15 cm. Okay, so in this way we find the frequency, we find the vibrating length for the tuning fork having the unknown frequency. Now if you will observe, see here, you will observe that these are the frequencies going on decreasing. 512, 480, 384, 256. And you will observe that the length 10, 10.9, 30, 20.1. These lengths are going on increasing. That means as the frequency goes on decreasing, length is going on increasing. And hence we can verify the law of length. Okay. Again we can show here, we can find the frequency, unknown frequency. How we can find that? See, for this you have to find the NL. By take the product of the N and the L, that is this frequency and this length. So 512 multiplied by 10, you are getting the 5120. In this way, for each NL, you are getting these values. You observe that all values are near about 5000. So NL is equal to constant. In this way, we verify the law of the length. N is inversely proportional to L and the NL is equal to constant. Also, we can find the unknown frequency by the calculation. Okay, how we can find? See, you have to calculate the mean NL of this 4 NL. Add all these 4 NLs, divide by 4, so you will get the mean NL as a 5127. Now here we don't know N dash. Okay, so we cannot find this one. But since this is a constant, we can write this N dash L dash is equal to this average. So we had written N dash L dash is equal to 5127. Then substitute the L dash value here, so it will get divided, and after doing the calculation you can find the N dash as a 341.8 Hz. And this is the unknown frequency. So by calculation also we can find the N dash, and with the graph also we can find the N dash. For this, what you have to do, on the x-axis you have to plot the points for the frequencies. Okay, 512 to 256. Accordingly you have to select the scale. After that you have to find the reciprocal of the length. That means take 1 upon 10, 1 upon 10.9, 1 upon 13. In this way find out the 1 upon L values. Okay, for the L dash also you can find the 1 upon L dash. By using these values, you can select the scale on the y-axis 1 upon L. Okay, after that plot the points. All these 5 points you have to plot. So you will get the straight line passing through the one line. Okay, passing through the origin. Okay, if any one point is not coming on that graph, no, you can skip that point. But draw the straight line passing through the origin. Okay, after that, once you get this straight line, no, after that what you have to do? See, this 1 upon L dash value you have. Okay, 0.06. So on this scale, on this y-axis, find out the 1 upon L value here. So 0.6, suppose you are 0.06 you are getting here. From this point you have to draw the perpendicular on this straight line. From that point again draw the perpendicular on the x-axis and see where it intersects. That point will give you the N dash, that is the unknown frequency. So in this way, with the graph also and with the calculation also, we can find the N dash. So in this experiment we verify the N inversely proportional to L and the N is equal to constant. Thank you, students.